Here's your news rush for August 9, 2026. 6 stories. Let's go. Ukraine's president just described the power grid in the bluntest terms he has used yet. Speaking in Belgrade, Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine has practically no undamaged thermal power plants left, after the latest Russian strikes killed 4 people overnight, including a 3-year-old. He said Russian missiles are aimed precisely at making the lives of Ukrainians unbearable. Here is why the timing makes this worse than it already sounds. This warning is landing in August, months before winter actually arrives, which means the damage is not a possibility Ukraine is planning around, it is a fact it now has to survive. We told you yesterday that Saudi Arabia, Turkey and Pakistan signed a mutual defense pact. Today the reactions are in, and they say a lot about who feels threatened by it. A member of Iran's National Security Commission wrote that a paper agreement with Turkey and Pakistan will not bring Saudi Arabia security, comparing it to reliance on the US. India's foreign ministry says it is studying the pact's implications for its own national security. Neither reaction is hostile. But notice which 2 countries felt the need to respond at all, the ones with the most reason to wonder where they stand outside it. Yemen's government forces just responded to their deadliest attack in years. Officials say Houthi missile strikes on military camps in Marib and Hadramaut killed at least 30 government soldiers, and that Yemen's army has now launched an operation against Houthi positions and equipment along multiple fronts. A military spokesman says any attack on one sector will now be treated as an assault on every government-aligned unit nationwide, and officials are calling this the fiercest military escalation in Yemen since 2022. That framing matters because it is a warning aimed at Tehran as much as at the Houthis themselves. The most dangerous part of fighting a wildfire from the air is often the air itself. Officials say 2 firefighting helicopters collided over the village of Satha while battling a blaze west of Athens, killing 2 crew members. Greece's fire service says more than 100 homes have been destroyed or damaged in the Western Attica fire, and 3 firefighters have now died fighting fires across Greece this season. A helicopter collision is not a failure of firefighting, it is a reminder of how much risk the people fighting these fires accept just by taking off. More than 1 million people just moved out of a storm's path in a matter of days. Typhoon Dolphin made landfall in Zhejiang province with sustained winds of 94 miles per hour, after China raised its emergency response to the storm twice in 2 days. Officials say the city of Wenzhou alone relocated more than 900,000 residents into over 1,000 emergency shelters, while authorities halted 115 offshore construction projects and suspended more than 50 ferry routes. But that is not disaster response happening after the fact. That means an evacuation fast enough to get ahead of the storm before it arrived. The Ebola outbreak in Congo is now landing hardest on the people least able to protect themselves. The UN says more than 300 children have died in the outbreak so far, with women and children making up around 80% of nearly 1 million people already displaced by conflict in Ituri province. Health advisors say early animal studies show the only existing Ebola vaccine may offer some protection against this strain, but they are recommending it be tried only in carefully designed research settings, not as a general rollout. That distinction matters. This is a proposal to study a vaccine, not a working treatment being deployed. That's your news rush for today. Subscribe so you never miss a day.